Hey, how are y'all, everybody doing? I'm going to give it a minute before I pull it up over here on my PC. Excuse me. Let's see if it's over here now. It is. Okay. Hello, whoever's lurking. Let me see if I got sound. Alright, we got sound. Alright, gotta do one thing. Hi, sweetheart Tracy. Let's save that. Well, hello, everybody coming in. How are you all doing? Just, can't really sleep. Oh, let me turn that down. Sorry. Couldn't sleep. Been a rough past few days, so I've just been working on the shawl for the flower bouquet shawl. It's coming together pretty. The blanket's just about done. I just need to do the flowers and, well, finish filming it really. But I want these two to come out together. Let's see. Let me go to live chat. Hi, Tracy, Deb, Grandma, Heidi, Teresa, Coley, Nikia. Hi, Dee, sweetheart. Hi, Lisa. If y'all haven't heard, if you didn't see my Facebook post, my private Facebook post, my father passed away Sunday, and it was more one of those kind of expected things, but there was a bunch of family drama involved, like there always is when a parent passes. Let's see. Let me get over here real quick. I don't know, Teresa, because it's coming through pretty loud on my end. So I have no idea, sweetheart. Yeah. And of course, you know, there's a bunch of family drama that always happens when a parent passes. So I was just can't sleep because there's a lot to do, and yeah, you name it. So thought I'd come live because again, I don't know whenever I'm able to go live with my pain syndrome. And I was gonna set up and do it like over my head while I crochet something, and I don't know, I was just not feeling it. So I was like, I'll just do it this way. Let's see. Hi, Carmen. Thank you all. Thank you. Lori. Hi, Erica, sweetheart. But I don't even know how many more sections. Let me see. How many more sections of this shawl I got to do? Oh my gosh. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm on section 7, 8, 9, 10. So 3, and this is not even a half. Well, this section's probably about half. So I'm trying to get because I want the. Thank you all. I want these two. The blanket, because it's over here. Let me go grab it. I want to show y'all because like it's something I've never seen in Tunisian before, so I wanted to do it. I figured it out. I'm just trying to keep my mind off of that certain subject. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta get up and do my heating blanket. But I still have to sew it together which is why there's a long tail. But once it gets done, you know, it's a circle. It legitly will be a circle, which I've never seen this blanket ever done in Tunisian. So I want to get this out. I want to get them out together. Um, one week the blanket, then the next week the shawl, the flower bouquet, and so I'm trying to get it done this week. The shawl, because the blanket, like I said, I can't finish it until I start filming, and I want to be able to get through that, finish it, go over to this one, and the one I just showed is a blanket, but you have to, because the way with Tunisian, there's no true way to do a real circle without it being spiral, and I don't like that. You know, I didn't. That's not what I was going for. I wanted an actual circle, and I didn't want it to be a spiral. And but in order, it's just the way it's done. It comes out to where you're still gonna have to sew, but there's a way to sew to make it look like it's stitched all the way around it. You'll never notice it. It'll mimic the stitches. And excuse me. So I was like, well, if I can do the blanket, then the shawl will be easy. And the only thing with the shawl part of it is I'm having to do the math, and it's not bad. I'm writing everything down because this will also be a written pattern too. But the shawl, it actually is done. If you do the blanket, you'll be able to do the shawl. If you do the shawl, you'll be able to do the blanket. They kind of play off each other. Hi Nessa. Hi Beth. Well, welcome Beth. I'm a Tunisian person. I do Tunisian crochet. I love Tunisian crochet. You name it. With Tunisian crochet, that's me. And I had to switch hooks because I was using, I don't know if my last live I talked about these new wooden hooks that I was playing with, that I want to do a review with. Michael's not feeling those hooks. I did the blanket with those wooden, with the wooden hooks, but, or the bamboo hooks, but I'm really not feeling them. No matter what you do, they still stay rough. They did smooth out a little bit, but I don't know, they're not like the Knit Pride and Ginger, the expensive wooden ones. Those will stay smooth, but these, no, they're a Amazon brand. I've been buying cheap sets, Nessa, to do reviews on. So because there's no reason to go out and spend, you know, $100, $200 on a set when $30 set is even better. You know, like with the metal sets. You know, I adore the blue metal sets. Just one, it's blue, but I really do like the metal sets. So I have these wooden ones, and then oh, I have to be careful. I had my blood pressure machine out because I have to take it every now and then with my heart meds. But I have 3 other sets that I'm going to be doing reviews on, and I don't want to do a review on something that I did a swatch in. I want to do a project with it, you know, do a project or two. In my opinion, that'll tell me everything I need to know, you know, like I did with the original metal ones or aluminum ones. And then of course awesome dude, I love these blue ones. I have 2 sets, and I'm thinking about getting a third, but I have 2 sets because of I like the blue. And these, they're really, I love them. It's the blue. Even the scissors are really cool, you know. Yeah, I just love these metal sets. At first I wasn't for them. The aluminum ones, they're great. I'm not saying that. What I wasn't for was how sharp they are and the way I hold, I run my hook over my finger to grab the yarn, and them being as sharp as they are, it was scratching me. And it took a little bit, about a year to get used to them. And now I can't imagine doing a project without them because I love, I just love them. But yeah, you see how I drag my hook over my finger to grab the yarn. I don't know. And see, I don't mind the double ended, but the way I'm doing it is like, I don't need, let me find, I've got hooks sitting here for, but the way I look at it is I don't need any more I don't need double ended when I can just add another hook to the end. And I've got like 4 sets of these, so I can have 2 7s. I know a lot of people don't, but if you have a 7 on one end, you can put a 6.5 on the other, and you've got perfect in the round. Hi Sam, thank you, sweetheart. And that's the other thing, like with these wooden ones, these bamboo ones, the good thing about them is the cables and the stoppers are interchangeable with all the metal sets. Um, ooh. But yeah, I decided to do the floral blanket, and it's Hirschner's, and it's called Posy. I don't know why, but the floral blanket and the floral bouquet blanket and the floral bouquet shawl both screamed Posy. And then I'm going to do white flowers. And it's all going to be Tunisian. There's not going to be any bit of regular crochet in it. It's all going to be Tunisian. I'm just trying to figure out a way for a flower that I do like, if that makes sense. Um, oh, thank you, Beth. I was supposed to start this week refilming my base 5 stitches because he's asleep, so I'm not going to give too much information out. Um, Panda needs me to refilm them so he can get pictures for a certain thing, and I've needed to refilm them because they're my very first videos I ever did. Not that then I had no idea what I was doing. I was filming on my phone up like this. I had no idea about angles. I had no idea about nothing, and so I wanted to refilm them. Plus, I want to put it together like a beginning course to where I can, because I have access to do courses now. So that way you can go to the course and you can learn all the base 5 stitches. And once you learn those base 5 stitches, literally you can do about 90 to 95% of all the other stitches. Some people don't count the full stitch as one of the base 5s, but I do because the full stitch teaches you offsets, how to handle offsets, and that's why I consider it part of the base 5, because so a lot of these stitches, and Nessa can tell you, with a lot of these stitches, you need to learn offsets because like the honeycomb, you go purl or you can kind of do it with any stitch, but simple stitch, purl, simple stitch on one row, and then you have to offset that next row so you can get the pattern, and it just teaches you offsets, and that's what I like. That's why I count it. And I had no idea what I just did. But these, I don't know if you can tell, it's built in a wedge pattern for the circles. And I spent 3 weeks almost nonstop trying to, because there's no math out there. Nobody tells you the math, or they'll make a circle, and all the circles are usually been around this big in Tunisian, but there's nobody tells you the math. So I had to sit there and math this out, and then figured out the combination of math to get it to work as a circle. So these have been, and then with this same thing, I'm going to be doing a few different blankets with it, and all you need is just a regular extended cable hook That's it for these flower in circle blankets. You don't need nothing special. No double-ended or anything, because I know a lot of people don't have double-ended or even interchangeable sets. Let's see. I am doing a baby blanket with the harvest. Oh, nice! I love the harvester stitch. Um, I did a beanie in the round with the harvester stitch, and I did that last year. Right, it literally I meant for it to come out when the stitch came out, but I accidentally deleted the file, and I was already done, and the hat was filmed, and I accidentally deleted all that filming, and it was on a portable hard drive, so there was no way for me to recover it. Because all my filming stuff I filmed to a portable hard drive, just because you never know what's going to happen with a PC, and I don't want to lose all that, even though my PC's fairly new, but you just never know, you know. So I always film straight to a portable hard drive, and I accidentally deleted it, and I'm like, well, I guess that's a hat that's not coming out. Hi, Katie. I think you sent it to Panda, Nessa, from South Greenland. Well, thank you for coming in, Katie. I do Tunisian. I do. I go live every now and then. I'm one of those, I don't know if you know, like Bag a Day, I don't sleep a lot. So when I'm sitting in here filming or working up patterns, my husband's asleep, so it's quiet. Hi, Kristen. Hi. Uh, Lisa, truthfully, a lot of that is depend on which way if it's I know I'm flipped backwards, um so it's going to be a little bit hard for me to kind of explain it right without showing because I'm flipped backwards. But if it's leaning towards the side where your beginning loop is, it's because the first area is too tight. If it's leaning on the other end where you put your edge stitch, that stuff is a little too tight. That'll cause leaning, but a lot of that can be worked out literally in the wash. Once you wash it, because the washing jostles everything, and it will move tension around. And then if that'll move some of it around, and then the rest is, since it's more likely acrylic, if it's a man-made fiber, just kind of steam it a little bit and block it, and it'll fix it. Trust. I am working, Katie. I am working on. Ooh, I just pulled out a Tunisian version of the flower bouquet shawl. I've already got the blanket hat 90% finished, and it's sitting over here in the chair. But I wanted to work these two together, and because there's no reason for me to, if I can bust out all the flowers for both of these, I'm gonna do it at the same time. Even though it's two different filmings, but I can do it at the same time. And since they're both pink, or the same color pink, I can kind of use the same filming for the flower. I only have to film that once because then I can splice that to the other one too. No worries, Lisa. That's what I'm here for is, you know, all these questions because I know people have questions, and there's, and I understand, TL Yarncrafts, when she goes live, she's got hundreds upon hundreds of people in there. Her chat's moving a million miles a minute. She doesn't get a chance to answer everything. Right now, I have that chance, and I can answer a lot of the questions. And because my main goal has always been, to give a different take on Tunisian and to get Tunisian to grow more. I mean, I have 16, almost 17 years of experience with Tunisian crochet, and I love it. Ever since I found it, because I did regular crochet until I found Tunisian crochet, and I have not done regular crochet since. Well, thank you, Lisa. But yes, just it'll work itself out. And like people worry about the curl all the time, and it's just like, don't worry about the curl. It's going to curl because we're only working one side. You know, if you're only working one side because we don't turn our work, all that tension is being worked on that front side, and it's going to curl. It's going to. You can deal with it at the end. You know, like especially when the blanket gets pretty good size, you can kind of roll it up and use it as armrest. I got it with my, oh, I don't think you did show me that. You showed me yarn. I remember that, Nessa. All my Black Friday yarn is still sitting in the living room, or well, the dining room, in boxes. Except for the Posy Pink. That was one of the orders that was part of my Black Friday expenditure. Was I had the vision for this with Posy, because everybody that has been teaching the tutorials have been doing it in white. You know, they have been doing it in white, and in my opinion, white is hard to film with. So I was like, well, change it up, change up the color, you know, have fun with it. And like this style for this, to do like I did with for the blanket, the circle, I've got ideas for stained glass, like a huge stained glass thing. I've gotten a few ideas, and I think because of this technique, I actually can figure out how to do my butterfly shawl that I've been wanting to do for ages. And I have all the Picasso up there I want to do it with, because I've been wanting to use the Picasso for that, for the butterfly shawl. And then I started thinking, when I figured out, okay, I can do the stained glass this way, then I started thinking about using the Picasso in that. And then all of a sudden, Saturday night, I was getting hot. The pain meds was giving me a hot flash, and it was cold outside. So I stepped outside, and it just hit me. But my butterfly shawl, I was like, oh my god! And I had to come in and sketch it down. And I'm like, oh my god, it'll work. Well, Picasso, you're getting used for that. For the stained glass, I'm going to use because I have five or six different colors, about 10 each of the bitty stripes, and I think that'll still look really good for the stained glass. I was watching your heart scarf to learn how to do Tunisian color work. I'm looking forward to starting a special project with that. Well, thank you. Well, I'll show you something. Every Valentine's Day, because my first item make was a scarf, so I always keep my Valentine's Day scarves. And I have another scarf that's going to be coming out for Valentine's Day. This is part of my Valentine's Day, since I couldn't do Christmas stuff because I had that major flare up that just would not allow me to sit here to film. Because literally I film right here. Everything I ever film is right here. And I couldn't sit here because my legs wouldn't allow me to. So I lost my train. Oh, so a lot of that will be filmed here in the next few months, and then just going and just be putting up to wait for Christmas season in 2026. But now I'm working on the Valentine's Day. This blanket and this shawl, the florals will be part of that. Plus, I'm going to be doing a different scarf, but I wanted to show you my scarves. Like I was saying, I always keep my scarves. So there's the two. Since this was my first one, that was my second one, and I loved how I did the heart concept on that one. But I keep them, and this will be a tutorial. It's a poncho. That'll be a tutorial soon. I don't know how soon, but soon. It'll come out. I'm hoping at the end of January. It's a concept that a lot of people don't. With all the ponchos I've ever seen in Tunisian, don't do it the way I did this. This is the way I did this, and I did that in 2 days after I finished the holiday jamboree blanket. And I saw a question. Let me see. Chris, the pattern's not out yet. I'm still working it. I still have to write it. Well, it's written. I mean, you can. It's kind of written, but it'll be written and typed up, and it'll be out on the. Hey, Matt. It'll be out on the Etsy store once that gets to that point. I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping to have at least the blanket out by. Oh, I had a date in my head. It's written on a calendar in the living room. The 14th is what I'm hoping to have these start coming. Because I want the blanket to come out one week and then the shawl the next. I don't want to drop them both together. I want to kind of spread them out. Okay, let me go over here. Let's see. Yeah, and starting on the 1st, all of our patterns are just going to be equalized because it's hard for us to gauge what to sell a pattern in, and everything we've been getting the feedback is we're underpriced. So we just decided, it took me and Panda a little while because he handles that part of it, but it took us a little bit to come up with a price we both felt comfortable, that we're not overcharging, that we're not undercharging, and it was just one of those prices that we feel comfortable. Everything's moving to $5. That means some patterns are going to come down, some patterns are going to go up, but it's just going to make things so much easier when we go to put stuff up. And yeah, it just makes things easier. But I know I saw, you can't see, yeah. Thank you about the scarves, Lisa. For some reason, my chat isn't moving. I keep having to swipe up. Oh, that's weird, D. But I'm glad I can help you with the color change. It is one of those tedious things. Like, I don't know if I have a picture here on my phone. There's one that I did. I'm telling you, this thing. I really do love doing Graphgans. I do. Tunisian Graphgans, I love it. But I don't want to film I did one kind of graph thing, or two. And one was Halloween, the Beetleween thing, and then there's the Happy Holidays. What is that thing called? Tapestry. Those are pretty much, I mean, they're Graphgans in a way, but you have to film every row, and there's just, I can't sit here and do that. This isn't my most complicated, but I mean, what are you doing? Nobody said that. I just want the picture. There we go. There we go. That's not my most complicated, but that is all Tunisian. And I love doing that. You know, I did that for my orthopedic surgeon. The one I am trying to find right there, this one was a beast to do because at the rainbow portion, you can imagine how many color lines I had coming in. But there's that one. And I did that for my sister-in-law. Like, her birthstone color is same as mine, peridot. And then, like, their mom's birthstone color was the foot, and her brother's birthstone colors are the hands. And that was a beast because I had at one point 24 different lines of color coming in. But see, and I love doing that stuff, but that's something I can't teach or do tutorials on. One, definitely not that image because that's a copyrighted image, but even my own is because you have to film every row, and sometimes even every stitch section. You know, so if they're 200 stitches wide by 200 rows, you know, that's 200 rows and 200 some odd stitches I have to film per row, and it's like, that's a lot. And it can take months to film that. So, Rebecca, oh my goodness, sweetheart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You and Matt are so freaking awesome. Thank you so much. Hi, Kiva. And I got Panda. He was kind of intimidated by doing graph cans, but I got him into doing his first one, and I told him, it's, if you can just handle it, you know. So I taught him how I handle them, all the different lines coming in, and then he did it, and it was a UCMJ blanket for his stepfather, and it came out gorgeous. And he now he likes doing graph cans. He did one for Matt. Thank you and Becca so much. You guys are phenomenal. Y'all are gonna make me tear up. You really are. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Hi, Mad Mimi. Um, he did one for Nessa, and it came out gorgeous. He did it with the bitty stripes and black, and it came out gorgeous. Like, oh my gosh. He's gotten really, 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 really good. Nessa, thank you. My favorite bobbins, I don't use bobbins. I don't. I break my, I'm pretty good at judging how much color I'm going to need. So I'll break my skeins up into smaller cakes, and I have a bucket, like a storage bucket, kind of like these crates, and I have it down here, and then I just clip these onto my desk, and I feed the yarn through these so then it won't get twisted. And I clip them to my desk, and I can just go, and that's how I do it. Thank you so much, Nessa. Debbie, sorry, my eyes are messing with me because of 3 people. Debbie, Margaret, Steve's girl, and Yarn Therapy with Ruth. And hi, Ruth. Oh, and React Black. That's a person I haven't seen in a while. Oh man, D. If you're on your mobile, like Panda was having issues with that too. If you're on mobile, you have to close out and then come back. We've had to do that a few times, and or they'll say you're not subscribed when you know you're subscribed. It's like, I've been subscribed for months. But yeah, that's how I handle bobbins. Really, I don't do the bobbin aspect. I just make them in the cakes, put them in a bucket, feed them in the order that I need, have them clipped to my desk through these. That's how I do it. I'm always here anyway, so I don't need to move my project around. 12 months, Matt. Awesome, dude. Man, it's hard to believe I've had memberships that long. Actually, a little bit longer, but still. Okay, Dee's having problem. If you have any questions for Dee, let me know, and I can tell her, because she's not being able to see chat, so she's having one of those weird YouTube glitches, and she's gone in and out 4 times, that is so weird. The one that annoys me is the one that says, "Oh, you're not subscribed. Subscriber mode only. You're not subscribed." It's like, I'm paying. I have a membership. How am I not subscribed? I don't know if there's anything I can show over here that I've really just been working. I did that in 2 days. I just threw the Star Trek tip pip on there because, yeah, it's me. Oh, I ordered some yarn because I'm going to be doing a couple of ponchos. I'm going to do a basic poncho just to, show you how to do a poncho. And then there's 2 that I actually have that I want to do. One, I don't remember the color pink I bought, but I don't remember. Let me look at my order. It's a 2-weight. I do know that. Okay, that's not telling me anything, Hirschner's. Okay. I got, oh, it's called French Pink. Excuse me, it's a 2-weight. And then the accent color is going to be in a plum. And the design is going to be, the inspiration for the design is Jackie Kennedy. And then there's going to be a pillbox hat to go with it that I'll be doing a tutorial for as well. And then another one that I have designed, I'm going to be doing with Michi's Blushing Teal yarn. I'm going to do it in that. And the stitch pattern for that is just, I've worked it up and made sure everything works. It is gorgeous together. Oh my gosh, and I can't wait to get onto them, but I need to get this other stuff down. I am right now working on the shawl part of the flower bouquet shawl in Tunisian. I've never seen the blanket or the shawl done in Tunisian, so I was like, why not? You know, it's now that I figured the math out for how to do different circles and everything, and I thought it would be fun. I know, D. It does suck when you can't greet everybody. When I'm on my phone, I have to do blanket. When I'm here at the PC, I can greet everybody all day long in lives. But on the phone, I just can't. My fingers type weird. You know, it'll hit buttons or the next letter than what I want that's next door to it, and not the one I want. So I'm making up words, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. Oh, that's the other thing I can show you real quick. The scarf for Valentine's Day this year is going to be in a triangle. I can show you the yarn. I can't really show you the stitch pattern yet. Okay, I'm hiding the stitch pattern. But I still have 2 cakes of these left from Big Twist. This was their Christmas stuff, but from last year. But that doesn't say Christmas to me. That says Halloween, Valentine's Day. So I'm going to be, and it's a 2-weight. So I'm going to be working the triangle scarf with this. And okay, D, sleep well, sweetheart. If I'm not busy tomorrow, I'll give you a call, and we can talk about what you wanted to talk about. See, I don't mind pink, though. I really don't mind pink at all. I don't think there's a color I really don't like. But that to me, when it was supposed to be their Christmas colors, but that to me does not say Christmas. It says Valentine's Day. Tell Dee to push her screen upward to the next video and then pull back down to your video. It worked for you. There you go, D. Just swipe up and then swipe back down. I was teaching my aunt how to crochet these last 2. Yeah, I saw the dolls, the gingerbread, but you didn't have time to go over to Tunisian with her this trip. But yes, that was this. You did the snowman. That's what it was. See, I like that because I made the shawl that I made last year, or the wrap, date night, and I made it out of that yarn, and I liked it. I liked the way that felt. I liked the way it worked up, even though I really don't like working with variegated in Tunisian, just because the return pass really messes up your variegation. because you're just, yeah. But that stuff worked really, really wonderful in that wrap. And that wrap I sent to Zoila. Um, and then Panda's been doing a bunch of his pattern. He came up with a pattern for bunnies, and he's perfected it. And he's gotten a lot better with those bunnies. And then he'll work on something. I think tomorrow after he gets off work, he's going to be working on a Tunisian cowl. Just a simple cowl. There's a couple cowls I'm going to be filming too. Oh man, there's so much I need to do. I want to get all this done because I just don't ever know when I'm going to have a flare up and I'm not going to be able to sit here again. I mean, right now, I am in a flare up too, but the pain meds are really helping with my CRPS flare up. And I don't know why all of a sudden they're actually helping, but they're helping. Are you lefty? Oh, the camera's flipped. I'm going live through my iPad with the screen facing me. And Lala, so it flips it, and there's no way for us to flip it to the normal way because YouTube wants to be complicated. So I'm going live straight through YouTube on here instead of going through StreamYard or whatever. I did away with StreamYard because the prices are just ridiculous, and I don't go live all that often to justify paying $50, $60, $70 for StreamYard. You know, if I went live a lot, that would justify it, but I really don't. And yeah, so finished up a cowl for Christmas present for my daughter. Oh, I wanted to show y'all. I forgot about this blanket idea, and I found it the other day when I was looking for that Valentine's Day yarn. This was a start of a really cool blanket idea that I have, and I wrote it down. I found it. And what the heck? So this is the start of a blanket idea, and I'm glad I wrote it down because I don't remember what I was going to do next, but now I do. And that's a blanket idea that I need to finish. So it's going to be very textured. I'm glad I found it because. And then there's another one that I have in a bag over here I found too, because they're in that span of my right leg developing CRPS. Because I'm focusing on the pain to help block the pain out. I forget where I've placed some stuff. Hi, Gina. Yeah, I'm a righty as well, Lala. I tried because I didn't want to flip my tutorials to make them left-handed. I was going to learn to do Tunisian left-handed. I tried. Bless my, I tried, and I couldn't do it. But that was then from then on, it was like, well, I'm flipping my tutorials to do it right and left-handed. At least with the left-handed, even though it's flipped, the idea is still there, and it helps a lot of people to understand what to do. And because I didn't want to flip it without having an understanding. Yes, Rebecca. It would be really cool for that, for a heavy sweater. I do have an idea for a sweater, but that's going to be in, what is that stuff called? Puzzle Yarn Kickball. That's the colorway, and it's up there. I am praying that by March or April, I have a Tunisian Apache Tears, a Tunisian Navajo Diamond blankets done, and a few others. I mean, and a few other things. There's a certain cowl I want. I came up with an idea. I don't know why. Like my stuff, when I name something, it's literally when I'm making it, the name will come, or when I'm working it up in my head, the name will come to me. This cowl that I want to make, I'm calling it the name Kensington came to mind. I don't know why. So it's being called the Kensington cowl. Don't know why. But there's going to be a couple cowls coming out, a couple hats, some very easy, well, I don't want to, I can't say easy because what's easy to me is not easy to somebody else, but a very beginner friendly slouchy that is made flat and then you sew it together. I'm going to be doing that along with a lot of stitches, and then I still need to film the Tunisian Jacob's ladder to show how that's done. Because that stitch is such a gorgeous stitch too. Well, thank you, Lisa. And yeah, I like this shade of paint. It's called Posy, Hirschner's Worsted 8 Posy. I have 2 more left, and it won't be enough to finish it. So I ordered another 5-pack, which should be here. I don't know if anybody's ordered from Hirschner's lately, but I don't like the way that they're doing their packaging and everything now. I don't like the way they're doing it. It seems, oh, come on. It's different, and it's kind of annoyingly different. And I don't like it. Oh my gosh. And I actually had something with Hirschner's. They've always sent FedEx. The last order I made was, was for, that's the other thing I can go. I have no idea when it's going to get here. The tracking number that they gave me for this package for that yarn for the other pink and the Jackie Kennedy. Oh, okay, they changed the date just right on me. Okay, it'll be here Friday, which will give me time to finish this. But I got some yarn the other day, and it came by DHL. I have never had Hirschner stuff ever come by DHL. It's always been FedEx, and I don't like the way that they're redoing that. But I got some yarn, and it's a repackaged big twist, and I'll show you. Okay. Now certain things of Big Twist, Hirschner's and Michael's are repackaging, relabeling. Big Twist value, they're not. They can't. But some things they are. This is the Big Twist Pool Time. And this is the 3 I had left over from my saddleback blanket. Now, this is Hirschner's Be Shady. It's exactly it. Plus they have the others. The green, the lime jello, the cherry mix. I didn't think I saw Perplex on there, but I have a mess ton of Perplex. I have a mess ton, I have like 20, 25 of the lime jello, and only have 2 of the cherry mix left. And so I'm going to order, but this is, this is the Hirschner's Be Shady is the ones that were like this. Big Twist, and that's what they're relabeling. The Be Whimsical used to be either it was Carousel or Carnival. I think it was called Carnival at Hobie, because it was started out as a Hobie, and then Big Twist copied it and called it Carousel, and now it's called Be Whimsy or Be Whimsical. Be Bougie, I think, was Juicy Couture, and then there's another one in there. I don't know who it came from, and their sparkly one, Be something, Be Sparkly. I don't know. I don't remember. It wasn't Big Twist. I don't know, because Big Twist didn't. It was rolled up in like a skein like these, and Big Twist didn't roll their stuff up like that. So I'm not sure. My last order was before the. Oh. Yeah. Well, that's why I ordered the other night. I ordered the other pack of a 5-pack of the Posy, because I think I'll need 2 more to finish the shawl. And then I'll order 20. They're the Afghan, like the Hirschner's Afghan. This was because I play with it. I work up things, stitch patterns. But they're about this size. I ordered 20 of that one pink colorway, and then 10 of the plum, because the pink will be the main body of that poncho. And then the collar and the accents will be in that plum. It's rolled up that way, but it's the sparkly, and I don't know who, because I've been trying to figure out where the others came from. That's just me. I like to know where that stuff come from. Who did it used to be? Maybe I liked that brand at one point. You know what I mean? And there's Be Stitched, which is their solids. I don't know who those came from. I know they weren't Big Twist, because none of those colors have ever been part of Big Twist value. So I don't know who they were or who they are. But I do know let me look at them real quick. Hirschner's whatever. Dude, what are you doing? That'll tell me all of them. Yeah, Be Shady is the rebranded Big Twist ombre. I don't know. Do you want to call them ombre? No. But they're not going to have the cherry mix, which they're calling cherry wood, until March 10th, which I need to order some. I need to order a lot. And they're out of that lime jello, which they're calling Lush Yarn or Lush Lawn. And then the blue they call Great Lakes. What was the other? Yeah, Be Sparkly. It's caked up like the party yarn was, but I don't know who it used to be. But they actually have, ooh, that's a pretty purple. They actually have sparkly purple. That's purple sparkles too. But it's 196 yards. Oh no, I don't know who that used to be. For darn sure. Be Dreamy is the other one. I have no clue. It kind of looks like the Vortex, but it's a 3-weight. They're pretty colors, but I don't know who they used to be. I just like to know who they used to be, you know? Yeah, Be Whirly. That's what used to be Carnival Carousel, and it started out at Hobby. And then Be Bougie, I think because that's not Posh. I do know that. I think it's the Juicy Couture. I really, really do. I don't know. Yeah, Joanne's did call them an ombre. To me, they're not an ombre either. Hi, Kitra. Hi, Rose Garland, sweetheart. Happy New Year to you too, sweetie. Your Inspiration sent me a questionnaire about Joanne, what I miss, what I can't find since they closed. I found it odd. Well, LJ, there's still some. The reason why these yarn companies are starting to send out questionnaires like that, especially Yarn Inspirations, because there's still some big twist brands that were freaking popular that they haven't picked up, that other companies haven't picked up. Um, so they're maybe that's why, because if it's something that they haven't picked up, that nobody's picked up yet, maybe, you know, they're trying to figure out, okay, would it be worth it for us to pick up that? But I want to know who next year is going to be doing the what is it called, the holiday yarns, because those holiday yarns, you know, in my opinion, those were always the best, except for last 2024's 2024 Christmas ones. A lot of them were mediocre. But before then, their holiday yarns, the Christmas and Halloween yarns, would always just were awesome and fly off the shelf. I'm thankful I have a mess ton of all those different years, so I have, you know, a lot to play with when it comes to the holidays. Um, but I want to know who's going to be picking them up, or are they just going to be gone? And I know there's still a bunch out there that uh, big twist that nobody picked up. Like we're still, nobody picked up Menagerie. You know, the big twist Menagerie. So it's like we need that. And Vortex. Nobody picked up Vortex. You said Menagerie. There we go, girl. Vortex. You know, I have every color. I have 20 of every color of the Vortex, but I got lucky because they sent it to me, and I'm going to be using a majority of those for different mosaic patterns. I'm just trying to stock up on the gray that I want to use on all of them, or the color that complements it, but still can be good for mosaic. Um, because I have to wait. I have to keep constantly waiting for it to come in stock. See, yeah, Lala, I haven't gotten to even use the Vortex yet. It because I'm still trying to build up the offset colors for the mosaic for them, because I don't want to touch them until I have them all ready to go, because I have like 7 or 8 mosaic patterns already ready for me to do, but until I get that offset color, I don't want to mess with them. Now, I've messed with a lot of the Menagerie. I love the Menagerie. Uh, I did a baby blanket last this past Easter, the Bethlehem. I did that with the Menagerie Rosy Maple Moth, and since I had a lot of it, Panda made my Ruby's Dream in it as well, and it's just it's gorgeous yarn. I like the way it feels, and I've been messing. I also did my prototype for Grumpy Granny in Menagerie Parrotfish. And Nessa, you talk about party yarn. I can't show you the mess that's over here because this is most of what's right on the side of my filming table is my kind of prototypes that I work up and then throw it over there. But you're talking about party yarn. Oh no. But Big Twist Party, I have. Oh, this is actually. I didn't realize I had this color, but I think I have like 20 or 25 of 4 of the Big Twist Parties, different colors. I have quite a few of those. See, like I was trying to do that as well. Eligible is like I'm hoarding right now. I have probably about 23 of the chameleon colorway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of the rosy maple moth, 7 of the parrotfish, and I don't know the other color. And then I have, there's a color over here somewhere in my prototype. Yeah, right here. And I only had 5 of this colorway, which was flamingo. So I only got 5 of these. But I've been trying to, like, I want to do stuff in them, but then you're like, do I really want to waste it on that? You know? The fleck, I didn't get any of that. Uh-oh. Because there was quite a few. There was, I mean, granted, I have stuff I still can't show. That was prototype yarns. I can't even use them until I want to say it's like 2 more years, then I can show, because they're not from Joann's. Like, everything I did with Big Twist was through Big Twist and not Joann's. Granted, Joann's was the mediator, but it was actually Big Twist, the company, because Big Twist is owned by the manufacturer, and it was exclusive to Joann's. Now it's not exclusive to anybody, so Big Twist can go anywhere, and there's just some of it that has to be relabeled. But it wasn't any. The part of Big Twist that was intellectual property with Joann's was other things besides the yarn that was labeled as Big Twist, because Big Twist has been around for 23, 24 years, and it was its own independent label until it got picked up by, it became a Joann's exclusive. And then once it became a Joann's exclusive, then Joann said, oh, can we borrow the Big Twist name and start stamping it on everything that's our store brand, their greater value version. And that's what they ended up doing. So pretty. I used a brighter green one. Told my aunt it's discontinued, so I couldn't make it bigger, but it came out. That's awesome. Okay. A lot of the fern green. I want to get more of the parrotfish, because what I have an idea for the parrotfish, it's a big item, so I need quite a few more of those, and I can find them. Panda found them on one site, and I can't think of the name, but I wanted to research the site even more, because it kind of looked like it was Macari-ish type site, and it started with a V, the letter V as in Victor. Hi, Don. And they had, like, I want to say it was like 6 for $20, 20 and some change, which boiled down to $4 and something a skein, which is fine. But I just wanted to research the website and see how legit it is. Nessa, I really couldn't tell you off the top of my head right now. I know I'd say I need about 10. That's just me being not conservative. I always overestimate. And I know somebody asked me what I was making. Olivia, I'm doing the Tunisian crochet version of the flower bouquet shawl. I'm working it up while in between filming, because literally I had to film just one section, and a week and a half later I'm not done. Then I still can't film until I get to the end. Okay, Nessa. Because that, like, the parrotfish, I don't know what it is. Oh, what happened here? Uh-oh. Oh, I see what happened. The parrotfish is such a pretty colorway. I like it a lot, and I don't know why I did that. It got caught on a book that I have over there that's literally just there. It's my spiral that I write down a lot of ideas in. I write down my notes when I'm filming, so that way I don't forget what I need to really emphasize on. And have it. I have one of these screwed to the wall where I put the spiral that I write my notes on that I need to pay attention, that I need to emphasize, because otherwise I'll just skip over it. Oh, it doesn't have pink. It's there we go. That's parrotfish. That one I really this is my favorite out of all of them. Dart frog was pretty good too, but that one's my favorite color. I don't know. It looks. I don't know. I just love that one. Oh wow. Oh, sorry. I had to pull out some yarn, but I just wish, like I said, we were talking about. Somebody needs to pick up the vortex, and somebody needs to pick up the menagerie. I don't care who. You know, just somebody needs to pick it up because those brands, and I didn't really think menagerie would be as big as it was. Even when I got the samples, I was iffy about it, but I knew vortex. I knew vortex was going to take off just because of the way the colors that they did, the colors and how they caked it up. I knew. I was like, it's gonna take off. And lo and behold, it took off, and just like, what is that? I got it right down here. No, it's not called vortex. What are you called? That's not, no, not boho. I keep grabbing boho. Oh my gosh, I don't have it there. I don't have my glasses to see. But it's the 2/8. The 2/8 wool mix. Supernova. That one I knew was going to take off too. Boho, which I'm going to be making some stuff in it because I have it. I'm going to use it, for tutorials. It's a 1/8, which I'm not keen on, but it'll make a nice little shawl. But like Supernova I knew that one was going to blow up. I knew. I should have said that on YouTube. I knew that one was going to take off, just because of the colors, the color schemes that they did. Now some of the names could have been changed, but the color schemes that they did was just as beautiful with that, and even with the vortex, the colors, the brightness, they all work together, and the way that they laid everything out is just gorgeous. And I haven't came across anything since. And the other one thing I dislike about Hirschner's, one thing I'm really disliking about Hirschner's is they discontinued the antiquity line. The antiquity line, the colors were just like that red on this poncho is crimson red, which is from their antiquity line. There's an orange that they had. It was called I don't remember the name of it now. But Panda did a blanket in it, 2 blankets in that color. And I want to say it started with marigold. Was it marigold? No. Yeah, that's the orange, whatever the orange was named. I know it started with an M, but that color, the antiquity line was just gorgeous. And they just, hey, Rat Black, they just discontinued it. And I'm like, those colors were like the crimson red. It was red, but it was a red that's pleasing to the eye, and it didn't like, wasn't like red like this, or even red like in this little bit of Christmas yarn that I have right here. It was a nice softer red. And same with all of them, everything that was in the antiquity line was just softer. like a lot of the Hirschner stuff, I really don't mind. The Afghan yarn and yeah, and the retro Afghan yarn. My only complaint about those is it's so staticky. There's just so much static built up, and I keep a 2 pound weight over here, so I can, since my desk is wood, I can put it there, especially with the new skein. You know how it's tight to pull out. It's not going to go anywhere. But with the 2 weight, I had to take a dryer sheet, wrap it around, feed the yarn through the dryer sheet, and that way it took out the static when was working with it. That stuff is very staticky. That's the only complaint I have with the two. Well, the 2 weight's also splitty, but what do you expect for acrylic 2 weight? You know, especially budget when it costs $2. You know, that's $1.50, $2 depending on the sale. So what do you really expect? Yes, Nessa. I was with Panda's Hexicardi that I made him. I wasn't going to have enough of the timeless tweed, and I thought they still carried it. No, I couldn't find any, so I had to mix and match some other tweeds into it. But you can't. It came out beautiful, you know, with the way I matched the different tweeds. But that timeless tweed, yeah, I mean, it has wool, and it was messing with me. But what I ended up sitting there working with it, with an N95 mask and a fan. As long as the particles I don't inhale them, then you know, I can deal with the hives. But if I inhale the wool particles, then my throat starts to close up. I have anaphylactic reaction, and you know, throat starts closing up, everything starts closing up, and that's just really bad. So I had to wear the N95, and I put a fan at the door that would blow everything away from me, so I would never inhale it. But it felt good. I liked the way it felt. Little rough, but I liked the way it worked up. And I don't really care for many tweeds, but I like the timeless tweed. And then they discontinue it. I have 3 skeins over there. I'm gonna end up doing something with it, probably a hat of some sort. I'm not sure, but it was really good. Why take the most popular yarns and then just discontinue them? I mean, Big Twist was big about that too. Take the, you know, they'd have these really gorgeous, like Rave. When Rave came out, you know, it was out for 2 months, and then they're like, oh no, we're taking it away. When Posh first came out, which was I don't know, let me go to my channel, because I know when Posh came out, because I had it before anybody else did. Come on. Come on. I did it. It wasn't there. I never did it. It was after that, I think. I don't remember. Oh, okay. January 2nd of 2024. Posh was out a week. Posh wasn't out on the shelf then when I did the review on it back then. And then I worked up something for my niece and loved it. And we were going to get more. We went back, you know, when it actually came out to the shelves, people cleared it off, and amigurumi makers cleared it off, but then the restock never happened. They discontinued it. And then they turn around 8 months later and say, oh, we're bringing it back. Why discontinue it in the first place? Eljoy, I do that too. I fill up the cart and then I look at it and it's like, okay, you know what? I don't need this. But I need to run to the restroom, so I want to thank you all for coming in, keeping me company for a little bit, and help keep my mind off of what happened. You guys are awesome, and I hope to see y'all. I may try to go live this weekend sometime, but I want to thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for everything. I love you all so much, and I will see y'all on the next time, okay? I really got to go to the bathroom. Love y'all. Bye.